What makes you so special? How do you stand out? Why do you stand out? What do people love about you so much? Because you are fucking amazing. So we are going to look into that and see just what it is. By the way, thank you guys so much for whatever support you show my channel, whether it be through donating, making purchases. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, Amazon wishlist, my prices and descriptions, and my contact information all in the description box below. And I also do a lot of live readings where you can purchase questions that way as well. Thank you guys for all of that. It really does help me out so much, and I appreciate you all so much. So let's get into pile number 1. For pile 1, what makes you so special? You are definitely somebody that opens people's eyes. Your eye color could be something that people really love as well. Or, you know how they say that the eyes are the window to the soul? People may really find your soul to be very special. Looking into your eyes, they may see something they don't necessarily see every day within you. Your intuition could be something that is at a very high level as well. And you may, when you communicate, your eyes may be extremely expressive too. People never really have to question your intentions, whether or not you're lying, whether or not what you're saying is something that is good or bad. They don't really have to question your emotions as much because you express yourself with your eyes so much that they can really see a lot deeper of a meaning when it comes to you expressing yourself. This bouncy ball is not going to stay, so I'm just going to put it over there out of the way. People love how colorful you are as well. You're extremely special because you are able to make it through a storm and come out the other side fresh, brand new, happy, joyful, peaceful. You may even be able to weather a storm with a smile on your face a lot of the time because you know at the end of the day that things will turn around again, the sun will come back out again, and there will be a rainbow after the storm has passed. And some of you who chose this pile may actually be part of the LGBTQ community as well. There is definitely a lot about you that people love. Your creativity could be something that they love too. And how creative you are is amazing because it's like a childlike creativity. It's something that people don't necessarily see every day in an adult. Friend Like Me by Chris Webby is coming to mind right now. 3 wishes on this little lamp here. People may feel like you're a wish come true a lot of times when you come into their life. You're like this buried, hidden treasure. And when people are able to get down in there and actually dive deeper with you, they get to expose so much beauty. Hiroshima, nice to see you. 888. Your hard work that you have put into your skills is something that makes you very special too. The skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, the abilities that you have, once again, the way that you communicate and express yourself. I was just thinking about Alice in Wonderland. Some of you could be writers in this pile too. Very creative, very expressive. You think of things that people don't think of. And you may be able to tell a story very well. People also feel like on the road with you is the road to happiness. I'm on the road to misery and happiness. Shrek is coming to mind. So you may not be like the type of person that people would necessarily approach right away, or you might be somebody that seems a little intimidating or a little aloof, or you may not, have a whole lot of people around you on a regular basis. But once people actually get through that rough exterior, it's like there's this gold underneath. And this is my communication one again too. And it's like your communication is very protected. When you express yourself, you don't have really any worries or doubts about what you're saying. You're very confident in the way that you express yourself. Some of you may have a little bit of broken speech sometimes, though, when it comes to certain situations, because you like to take a second to think before you just express it. The transformations that you bring to this world is something that is very special as well. I was discussing with somebody at one point. It was one of the times where I was feeling a little bit more hurt. And I was like, it's like I'm a fucking giant tower that walks into everybody's fucking lives. And sometimes it just sucks because you walk in there and everything just explodes. But when there's a death, there is new life that can begin. When that tower comes crumbling down, they can build it back up again in a much better way with a much more solid foundation. And so you may trigger a lot of people into looking deep inside of themselves to be able to find that gold within themselves as well. Dig a little deeper from The Princess and the Frog is coming to mind. You gotta dig a little deeper, find out who you are. Dig a little deeper, it's really not that far. You don't really care who people are or what they were in the past either. I feel like it's what you are from this day forward that matters most to you. Stop sign. Thought you knew it all, still more left to learn. So, what makes you so special? It's like the stripes on a tiger or a zebra. You appear very different from the rest of the world in a lot of ways. You definitely stand out. And there's a heavy contrast within you as well. There is both light and shadow. You have a lot of each. And you express them. You don't hold back from who you are. The way that you're able to stop and think about things, the way that you're able to really take into account the perspectives that others around you have. You are definitely not somebody who feels like you know everything. So people don't feel like they're dealing with somebody that's a know-it-all. You could be somebody that's very intelligent. You have spent a lot of time researching. You've spent a lot of time working on your skills. You've spent a lot of time building yourself up. But at the end of the day, you don't stop doing that because you know that there is always still more left that you can learn. Family tree, your family, your roots, your ancestry could be something that's very special about you as well. Hi, Bajin. At least that's how I'm assuming that's pronounced. I'm not doing questions in this reading, but I will be going live here in a little while to do questions. And I also have a price list and description of my services in the description box below as well. Today, in this reading, we're doing a pick a card. So this is pile 1, and then we got 2 and 3 up here too. This bouquet of flowers right here, it's not like the usual bouquet of flowers. It's not just like one type. When people interact with you, they realize that you have several different aspects about yourself. You are a very diverse person. You can get along with so many different people. And some of those people you may even have to, like, I can be around these people right now, but these people would not get along with these people. So, you got to kind of make time for each separate group of people that you may interact with. During this reading, it's picking a pile of cards. So whichever pile of cards you feel drawn to, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, That's the ones for you. Page of Scythes. You may have a lot of jealousy surrounding you. You may have actually dealt with a lot of pressure from your parents or your family as well. People may try to live vicariously through you in some way, or they may try to pressure you or push you to do the things that they did not do when they were younger. But you're somebody who goes your own way. You are somebody that trusts your wings to fly when you step out. You may not always look where you're going, but you somehow always land on your feet. You may have very good reflexes as well, or you may be very lucky when it comes to certain things. Like, you may be somebody that actually like trips pretty regularly, or like runs into things pretty regularly or something like that, but you never actually quite get hurt. It's like you always catch yourself right before you get hurt. Your communication, once again, is something that is extremely special about you as well. And you get what you give. You know that you get what you give. You're a very generous, giving person. You have a lot of wisdom within you. It doesn't matter how old you are, your soul is old. You have a very old soul. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of understanding about a lot of different things. You may help to guide a lot of people on their path. And they may feel like they make a lot less mistakes when you're around in some way. The way that you love yourself is something that's extremely special about you too, because you know how to fill up your own cup. So you're not expecting or relying on everybody around you to fill your cup for you. You're busy filling it yourself. And since you fill your cup in that way, you're able to fill the cups of others as well. And this cup, it looks like it's filled with milk, and it's making me think of the nourishment. You may have actually kept people from dying before in ways. Kept people from hurting themselves, or kept people from feeling alone. At times when they really needed it. You're somebody who definitely answers the call when it comes to helping people or reaching out to people or giving to people. You're a very generous person, a very kind person. And once again, with Mama Odie's song, we don't care who you are. A frog, a pig. I don't remember what else she says, but we've had them all in here. And they all told me what they wanted, but I told them what they needed. You definitely are somebody that is a fan of tough love as well. You are somebody that is very good at changing the tides. You may be somebody who goes where the wind blows too. What's coming to mind right now is the movie Chocolate, if you've ever seen that one, with Johnny Depp, where the woman kind of goes where the wind blows. She goes to new places. She triggers changes. She triggers new ideas, new thoughts, new perspectives. Everybody hates her when she gets there at first. And about the time that everybody starts loving her and actually benefiting from what she has left behind, it's time for her to move on to a new place. So a lot of you have a very gypsy-like soul as well. She was a gypsy, gypsy girl with so much to do and so much to see. And that is from Sugar Shack Sessions. I can't remember which people in there sing it, but it's called Gypsy Girl from Sugar Shack Sessions. It's a YouTube channel that has a lot of different artists on it. I love the songs on there too. There's so many of them that are really good. Bajin, we are not doing personals in this reading. Sorry, sweetheart. So that is pretty much what I have for pile 1. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Would love to hear whether or not it resonated, how you felt about it, who you are, what you do in your life, maybe even some of the changes you've triggered in the lives of others. And remember, guys, if you enjoyed this, to support my channel in the way that you can, whether it be liking, sharing, commenting, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, donating, purchasing, all those things really help me out so much, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Hi, Jessa. Nice to see you. This is not a collective, it's a pick a card reading, though, which means there are piles set up, and you can pick between pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, and that's the pile that will resonate with you when your intuition is sitting in a good place. So, pile 2, what makes you so special? The things that make you so special. For a lot of you guys, I feel like you may have had a lot of people that have kind of like thrown you under the bus for money in your life, or you may have dealt with a lot of people that just claim to be one thing and are a completely different thing. You could definitely have dealt with people who have placed a higher priority on monetary things than on you throughout your life. A lot of you in this pile could have grown up with very little. So I don't feel like money is the highest priority on your list. And I feel like you are very giving and generous when it comes to that as well. Some of you who chose this pile may be Christian. And it may be a blend of Christianity mixed with spirituality. And some of you may have broken away from that religion to go down your own path as well, or just a structured religion of some kind, one that villainifies anybody who believes anything different, because you started to notice and see that the way those people believe is not in alignment with who you are and what you believe and how you see the world around you. You have no shame, guilt, or remorse for breaking away in this way either. You have chosen to do what you feel is right, and you have chosen to move towards the direction you feel is best for you, regardless of what anybody else wants you to do. You choose to do what you want to do. LEI, embrace your independence. Exactly. You're somebody who's very independent, very free. You are not somebody that's going to be tied down by others or forced to believe what you don't want to believe or what you don't feel like is right to you. You're not going to be pushed into doing something that you don't want to do either. What is special about you is some of the rites of passage that you have had to go through in your life. You have had to go through many different experiences that have caused you to make friends with very different cultures or different beliefs or different people. 83 could be important. You might have been born in 83. Maybe you know somebody who was born in 83 as well. You are someone who is willing to sacrifice your pride in favor of your friendships or your connections or your family members. You're somebody who's willing to apologize when it's necessary. You're somebody who tends to try to do the right thing. And you have very pure intentions and motives when it comes to the people around you. Your love is eternal. People know that when they are dealing with you, they don't have anything to worry about, because it's not like there's going to be any pop-ups or surprises coming out of the closet. You're a very honest person. You're a very solid person. And you're also somebody who has put a lot of time, energy, and effort into your education or into learning, growing, overcoming obstacles, building up your skills in ways. You may be somebody who people have tried to tarnish your reputation, or people have tried to sink your ship, or people have tried to take you out in some sort of way. But at the end of the day, you're very protected. And even with all of that happening, you're able to build yourself back up again. And you're able to be stronger than ever when it comes to that. For some reason, I'm thinking of pirate ships right now, too. So you could have dealt with people who have stolen from you in some way as well, or people who have hurt you in some way as well. And you're a very forgiving person. You're not somebody who places material objects above the lives of the people that you love. Sacrificial lamb. Never turn your back on the lions. And it's making me think of Daniel and the lions too. You're not afraid to go into the lion's den. You're not afraid to stand in front of danger or to be in a situation that might be something that most people would not step into. Because at the end of the day, you know you're very protected, and you know that when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But when it isn't, it isn't. Not gonna drown in the water, 'cause the good Lord ain't bringing me home. My puppy is out there playing in the river, and she is just loving that. Look at those babies. They are so happy out there. You could definitely be somebody 44 that is very happy, that is very joyful, that really focuses on peace at the core. You can fight a war if you need to, but peace is what you want. And so you fight for peace at all costs. Not friends anymore. You're somebody who really does feel a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of sadness at the loss of the people that you love. And you are somebody that will make the first move a lot of times in order to repair things or to bring things back together. You could have definitely dealt with a lot of people who've been very manipulative emotionally at points as well. You could be somebody who had to fight through a lot of toxic masculinity to get to where you are too, even if you're a woman. A lot of women born to the independent women age, women, they have to fight through a lot of that similar energy as well. I was discussing this with somebody yesterday, actually, because I've even had to fight through some of that myself at different points throughout my life. And you could have had to fight through a lot of those energies and a lot of pride or a lot of ego at different points in order to find that balance and peace in your life. And you are somebody who has dedicated yourself to that because it's been very important to you. 2244. You're somebody who celebrates as well. You celebrate life. You celebrate your achievements. You celebrate the success of your friends. You're not somebody who is jealous of the success of your friends. You're not somebody who, I also feel like if you like break up with a partner or something like that, you want them to be happy. You want them to find peace. You want them to find love. You root for them. You care for them still. 22. Balance, harmony, peace, friendship, relationship, healing, coming together. 64. Strange. So you may seem very strange or out of place or otherworldly to people too. What makes you special is the things that you like or the things that you delve into, the things that you like to research or that you like to experience. The way that you live your life is very different from other people. You could have dealt with a lot of death throughout your life too, and some of the people who chose this pile may actually interact a lot of times with people who have crossed over to the other side as well. The way that you love is something that makes you extremely special. 3 of Pentacles. I actually ended up with 3 cards out here from this one. Those 2 were kind of slightly stuck together. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. You're somebody who is very good at multitasking. You work hard. You're very dedicated. And even when people are fucking with you in the background, they still can't take you down. Once again, with that protection. And you don't necessarily hate them or view them as evil so much. Honestly, a lot of those things that are going on are kind of insignificant and out of your view. You may also be somebody who has a lot of love for very nerd-like people or something along those lines. You may be somebody that is like a popular loner type of person. Everybody loves you. Lots of people want to be with you. there's like this energy of you could have whatever you like. You could have whatever you like. But there's a lot of things that you have sacrificed because your priorities may be very different than a lot of other people's priorities as well. And a lot of times you might actually shift people over to your side from that opposite team. You may actually end up winning people over who may have started out really not liking you or not liking your beliefs or whatever the case may be. You're somebody, once again, you focus on that peace. You're like very diplomatic. So like, say with my father-in-law in the past, a lot of people really could not stand talking to him. Had a hard time even being around him, which, you know, was somewhat understandable because he was extremely self-righteous and he was very racist. And he was kind of an ass a lot of times. But there was a lot of really good things about him too. And how are you supposed to shift his views or his perspectives or anything else if you're busy hating him? So you dive deep to find that love within yourself for the people around you so that you can make the biggest impact and changes in this world that you can by showing people love instead of hate and showing them how to love instead of how to hate. 95. Page of Stakes. You have a lot of new ideas, perspectives, understandings, and you share those with the world. You love to learn, you love to grow, you love to philosophize. You are very good at a lot of technological things too, I feel like. You're very intelligent, which is also why you know so well how to interact with people in a way that gets you the best response possible. You could have whatever you like. You could have whatever you like. Yeah, you're definitely somebody that roots for love. And once again, this is going back to like this whole Christian thing here going on. There's a lot of hatred for people who love in the Christian religion. If people love the same sex, that's a sin and it's awful and we're going to hate them and we're going to shun them and they're going to hell. And if they do tarot cards, they're working for the devil and all kinds of other stuff. But you help people to see the love. What is the point of hating people in this world? Especially people that are loving. There is enough hate in this world. Why do we need to stop people from loving each other? And you don't understand why people want to do that. But at the same time, you are very good at shifting their thoughts and their ideas when it comes to that. You're a very good friend to people. And you can see things from multiple perspectives and multiple angles 90% of the time. You're very good at understanding things in a lot of different ways, figuring things out. And you're very good at making decisions, although it takes you a while to make those decisions a lot of times because you're in two different minds about it. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? And then you're like, go your own way. Go your own way. I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra. At the end of the day, when that final curtain closes, you're not going to have any regrets because you chose to do it the way that you felt was right. And you're not worried about what anybody else thinks that you were doing was wrong. Because your morals and your values and your beliefs are something that you believe in so firmly. And your faith is something that is so strong that you're not going to let anybody pull you off that course. So that is what is so special about pile 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, who you are, the things that you have done, the stories you have about where you have shifted people's perspectives in ways that bring benefits to others around you. I absolutely love hearing things like that from you guys. And if you guys did enjoy this, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, donation, hit the little super thanks button, make a purchase. All those things help me out so much, you guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you that supports me in whatever way you do because it allows me to be able to continue making those same changes in this world. So thank you for that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. For you guys, what makes you so special? So, a lot of you guys in this pile definitely do get messages from the other side. Cardinals are very representative of receiving messages from your loved ones on the other side, receiving messages from the angels, from your guides. North Carolina. You guys could have grown up in a pretty rough area, 76. You guys are very confident, very sure of yourself, positive, joyful, happy, expressive. And this brings a lot of abundance and fertility, a lot of growth into your life. You're somebody who sees things that others do not quite see yet before they see them. What's funny is with the Cardinals thing, my stepmom sent me my dad's ashes. And when she sent them to me, she sent them in a box with cardinals all over it. And the first thing I thought was, what do cardinals symbolize? So I had to go look it up. And I asked her if she knew what it meant, and she didn't. So I told her what it meant. My dad's cologne that I found later as well, and the stuff that she had left at my mom's house for me, was in a cardinal bottle as well. I actually my dad pushed me this last winter. He's been dead for about 5 years, but he pushed me this last winter to give that bottle to a man that I knew who had gone through some of the similar things he had when he found out about the sexual abuse I went through, except for his was a little bit worse. It was a gift from his daughter, is basically what it amounted to. The way that you communicate brings new beginnings. The things that you communicate brings new beginnings. New beginnings after death. You may work with a lot of people that are grieving. A lot of people that are going through massive losses in their life. Some of you could be a grief counselor in some way. You'll help people to see the fun in life again. Wahoo's family fun zone. Your family's very important to you. Spending time with them, enjoying life with them. Looking on the bright side is something that you're very good at, and something that you help a lot of people to do in their own lives as well. Redeem points for prizes. Reloadable game card. Future use. Some of you could also be very good at predicting things that end up happening or knowing things before they do. Like we were saying earlier, a lot of times you see things before people see them clearly. Oh, oh, it's magic, you know. Da 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 da. 208, 98, 89, 84. The highway. Head out on the highway and go your own way. Some of you might have chose pile 2 too. 2278. Friendship, balance, harmony, peace, joy. You feel very divinely guided in your life. 87. And you feel like the reason that you are divinely guided in this way is because you are here to leave a lot of peace in your wake. Friendship, joy, love, happiness. Born in the Rockies, Coors Light, 1978. So 1978 again. 84, 62, 55, 21, 1001. Somebody could have lived in apartment 1001 that may be important to you. I think that might have actually been when you were younger, you could have definitely been somebody that spent a lot of time with older people. And I say that because I think that was actually the apartment number of the woman that I spent a lot of time when I was like 10 years old. One of my best friends was the 30-year-old neighbor. I spent a lot of time with older people. You are somebody that may be rough on the surface when people first look at you, But once you dive a bit deeper and get a little further underneath, I'm going to go over here because you can't really see it in the dark. But once it's lit up, you're very beautiful underneath that. You have very pure intentions. You might be a little bit rough around the edges. You may have dealt with a lot throughout your life. And this could have caused you to be a bit defensive or something like that. You're also very good at seeing underneath that rougher layer or edge of other people as well. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. You bring people hope, joy, happiness with what you have to say. And what you have to say is always based on pure intentions. You're not saying or doing things to gain something. You're saying or doing them because you feel like it's right. You're very confident. You are very much somebody who is meant to be in the darkness. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. You're somebody who isn't afraid to look in the mirror either, and to really examine who you are, what you are, or what's underneath the surface within yourself. And you help other people to be okay with that as well. To see not only their light side, but their shadow side too, and to love themselves regardless. Golden opportunities are ahead. You have a lot of golden opportunities ahead of you. Once again, like I said, you were meant to stand out. You're meant to be seen, meant to be heard. You're meant to be a leader in some way. And you have a lot of good opportunities that are coming in for you. A lot of opportunities to make money, maybe opportunities to travel, maybe opportunities for a new living space. Some of you could have had a very rough living experience over the last few years. Like you could have been homeless, or you could have been couch surfing, or you could have been dealing with awful roommates, or living in extremely bad apartments in some sort of way. Some of you could be finding out something about a childhood place that you lived as well. So there could be something coming out about that. Or maybe even a childhood friend. You're going up. Your stock is going up. You may have been very invisible at one point. You may have been very unseen, unheard, not noticed. You could have even felt like you were like drowned out by the people around you, or you could have been very emotionally, mentally neglected as a child. It could have been like one of those childhoods where you're not supposed to be seen or heard. One of those childhoods where nobody wants to listen to you, nobody believes you. If it wasn't for the fact that the state of Nevada and their stupid foster care system decided not to believe a child when I was a child, and decided to ask my foster parents about it, and then believed their lies over me, my brother would have never been physically abused while he was in foster care. And I don't even know what happened to my sister while she was in that house, because she's never told me, but my brother did finally a couple years ago. I was removed and put in a group home because I was such a bad person, because my foster parents lied about me. And so you could have definitely dealt with a lot of things like that in your life. But you are very seen, very heard, very noticed now. And you are going up at this point in time in your life. And there are massive changes coming in for you. Once again, you could also be very accurate with your predictions. Some of you could actually work with people in financial sectors in some sort of way. Or you may have even made investments yourself that are going to pay off very highly because you kind of knew what was coming in some sort of way. I'm glad it resonates, Rashima. And it is so hard growing up with a lot of that stuff. I'm glad that I shared the memories, because you know what? That's why a lot of tarot readers share things like that. There's some of them that stay away from it because people get all upset about it. And why are you talking about yourself when you're supposed to be talking about me? Well, first off, we're here doing this for free for you. But also, because in some way it resonates, we were drawn and we felt led to express that. And that's how you help other people, is by telling the stories about yourself. A lot of you here tell the stories about yourself to help others move up in their life too, to help them have that hope and that faith that the sun will come out tomorrow. 11/7, 7/11. Some of you could be working at a very low position at this point in time, but that's going to be changing extremely in the near future. Awesome, you were born in the Rockies, even better. Was somebody here born in North Carolina too? That'd be pretty cool. You could definitely be looking at traveling. That could be one of the golden opportunities that's coming to you too. Somebody might be joining the Peace Corps as well. A lot of you in this pile may actually have dealt with a lot of really shallow people throughout your life too, that really didn't care to scratch under that surface or to look under that surface and just kind of turned away from you. Some of you could actually have like birthmarks like on your face, or scars, or something that kind of makes people cringe a little bit or kind of makes people turn away upon first look. But there is one really good thing about that, because you don't have to worry about whether or not they're there simply because they like the way that you look or like the way that you act or whatever the case may be. They're actually in your life because they enjoy the real you. And when you go up and you're getting all those golden opportunities and all those good things are coming to you, the people who appreciated you for the real you in those moments, even if it was just you've lived in poverty the last couple of years and you've had a few really good people around you who actually loved you regardless of whether or not you had money, you are going to know when you go up that those people are real in your life. And not everybody that is at the top gets to know that. If they start at the top, they don't know who's real in their life and who isn't. Because most of the people around them are there for what they have or for what they look like or for, things like that. And what's special about you is you have real people around you. So remember to be very grateful for that, and don't let fear or division cause you to fall away from that and break away from those people that are so important in your life. Don't let other people's problems become your problems. The 9 of Scythes. The sacrifices that you're willing to make for the greater good is something that makes you so special. When I left my ex, the father of my kids, one of the things that I told him was, we are toxic together and we are hurting each other. And as we hurt each other, we are hurting our children. Our children will be happier when we are happier, and we are not happy together. So the best thing for our kids, regardless of what anybody else thinks, and regardless of what we want or what we don't want, would be for us to be where we are happy. Regardless of how much you may want something, you are willing to sacrifice it if it is for the greatest good. You also know that we are not meant to know everything. So you take a leap of faith when it comes to things like that too. You're very intuitive, very knowledgeable, very understanding, and a lot of people come to you for guidance, for knowledge, for wisdom, for inspiration, for protection. There may be a lot of people who come to you for protection because they feel safe, calm, comfortable, soothed in your energy. 8 of Swords and the Hermit. At points, you could have done things or made those sacrifices and had a lot of people telling you that it was the wrong move. Telling you shouldn't have done this, or you shouldn't have done that, or you should have done things differently, or whatever. You still followed your own inner voice and guidance, even though it left you feeling kind of out in the cold, alone, feeling stupid or naive, or feeling like... But once it was proven true, it was like, I did the right thing. And you're able to break free from that. I feel like you are also very capable of helping others to be able to break free from this constant overthinking energy. Some of you could have felt very stuck, trapped, 44. Some of you could have been feeling very stuck or trapped in certain situations, or stuck or trapped because of hurt or pain or betrayal that you have felt. But when you feel that way, you follow the divine guidance. You follow the cycle of life and death. When one thing ends, another thing begins. Transformations bring changes. Sometimes without a conflict, everything stays the same. And if everything stays the same, then you're unhappy. And instead of staying stuck in your head, and instead of staying stuck and stagnant and held back, you're able to move forward. And it's because you take that time and that space on your own to figure things out and to really check in with your own inner guidance, with your own wisdom, with your own knowledge, and to make your own decisions, and not to base your decisions off of what everybody else wants or what everybody else likes or what makes everyone else happy. But you make your decisions based off of what is best for yourself and the whole. What is best for everyone in the situation that you're dealing with. You're a very wise person, a very knowledgeable person. You not only are intuitive, but you're also logical. And there are definitely a lot of people who come to you for guidance, wisdom, inspiration, for knowledge of how to move forward in their life after painful experiences especially. And you guys are there for people in a way that no one else has been there for them when they come to you for those services. So that is what I have for this pile. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to, and some of you could actually be getting ready for worldwide fame as well. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Would love to hear what you guys thought about it, whether or not it resonates, what you do for a living, who you are, those kinds of things would be great to hear. And if you guys did enjoy this, remember to support my channel in whatever way you can, whether it be liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps, donations, hitting that little super thanks button. All those things really help me out so much, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you who does whatever you can to support this channel, because it helps me to be able to guide people in that same way. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.